Okay, so this video goes out to all of the directors of abolitionist societies or very active abolitionists out there in the culture who are looking for something to do. This is just a small thing, and basically this is an experiment, because what we want to start doing is coming up with ideas and coordinating them in a national effort to start sort of bringing the concept, the idea, the reignition of abolitionism out into the culture at large. And this is a minor thing. We have about 10 things planned, and this is kind of an experiment. But basically what we want to do is we want to take the opportunity to send the directors of abolitionist societies a lot of our PDFs, a lot of our materials, a lot of the files that we use to print the stuff that we put on Facebook or we sell in the AHA gear store. Because sometimes you may think you want to print it yourself. Maybe you don't have the money for shipping through AHA or something like that. But the truth of the matter is sometimes the only reason that we sell things like the drop cards and stuff is because it is kind of cheaper for us to probably buy them and ship them to you for some things than others, because we can print them in mass. But here's what we're going to do. On March 6th, 1857, the Supreme Court of the United States of America declared that African slaves were not persons with the rights of citizens. And this is the Dred Scott v. Sanford case, which was never really overturned, but you know, the country's moved on. We've got amendments to take care of that, and apparently we're no longer racist. And of course, sex trafficking still goes on, but in large part it is illegal in the United States of America to own a person of African origin as a chattel. This is a good thing. Now, abolitionists, they weren't just solely focused on abolishing Dred, but, you know, as a symbol, we've kind of adopted the idea of remembering Dred. You know, remembering that the Supreme Court of the United States did say that some human beings didn't have rights, but, and, you know, pro-slavery people and anti-abolitionist people said that that would never be overturned, that this was a European nation, and that, you know, that it was futile to attack the slave power. But, you know, remember Dred and abolish Roe. So what we want to do is we want to take this opportunity. It doesn't have to be on March 6th, which would be a good day to do it because of the connection to the history. But really, in the month of March, we are going to be encouraging all abolitionist societies that are formed or that are forming, whether you're one person or 50 people, to contact us through the AHA website, just the abolishhumanabortion.com. Click the contact button, and in an email to us, just tell us, you know, who you are, where you're at, and what you want. Basically, to anyone who wants any file, any poster that we have, we want to make it available. But to anyone who contacts us and says, you know, I want to be a part of the Remember Dred Abolish Roe activist event, we are going to be sending out a number of things. We're going to be sending, you know, some of these posters that I have back here. We've printed them up big just at Kinko's. It's kind of a costly deal, but we take them onto campuses and stuff, and we want people to be able to see them. But we're going to be sending you the PDFs of all of our Remember Dred Abolish Roe posters, and then also something else, you know, well, here, I'll show you. Send you a file, and it's something new that we call it a quad fold, and the idea is that you've got a pamphlet that you can hand out to people. So you can go onto a college campus or a busy area. You know, you can be sporting a Remember Dred shirt. You can have people, you know, calling out in the streets or whatever you want to do. It's your abolitionist society, but, you know, you can be passing out these things, you know. So this particular one that we're going to send out says whatever happened to human rights, and then you open it up and you got, you know, information about how abortion happens, takes the life, and then the abolitionists and how what they saw things in their culture and that had changed. Whenever you open it up, you get, you know, the "Am I Not Human? Were you not once here yourself?" catchphrase, and you get a comparison of sort of the Dred Scott case, the claim, you know, in the eyes of the law, the slave is not a person. And then, of course, in the Roe v. Wade case, you know, the unborn child is not a person. And this other material. And then, you know, on the back, what do you got? Yeah, those who work to abolish slavery were called fanatics and told to keep their moral and religious beliefs to themselves. So I can send you that file, and you can modify it. You know, you could put Abolitionist Society of Colorado Springs or Nebraska or Ohio or whatever you wanted on the bottom. I can send you the files for that. The other files that we want to send you, and we encourage this, but we don't want anyone breaking any laws. We don't want anyone, you know, harming anyone's public property, because, you know, we're trying to save the preborn from having their arms and legs ripped off and smashed into pulverized and vacuumed through tubes and stuff like that. But our culture really doesn't like it if you mess with their pretty things. So don't fix these on anything you're not supposed to, or use, you know, serious glue or tape or staples in a way that you know, the good moral people of our culture might oppose. But we're going to be sending out posters, and the idea, these files, when you get them, they're 11 by 17s, but you have these posters, and you can just put them up on light poles, you know. So this is big enough, actually, if this is on like a light pole or on a public board or something like that, taped to it, people in cars can even see that, and they're just going to be like, remember Dred, 1850, whatever. And maybe on the next light pole you put up Abolish Roe, 1973. So it isn't always, you know, exactly clear what we're doing, but we're just trying to be viral and make the culture think. But, you know, we're sending out a number of different posters, you know, some of them that have just the words, you know, Remember Dred, Abolish Roe, the 2 dates symbol, no URL, no contact information. You can put it on there if you want, but we're just seeding the culture. Some people are going to be like, what is that symbol, you know? The other thing is, you know, we'll send out other files that you can print on 8.5 by 11s or down into a quarter sheet. But, you know, these are good. You can just hand them out on campus, you know. You've got different kinds. But what we really need to remind America of, and so if you go into a college campus and, you know, put these up on all the cork boards and all that stuff. America once considered black people property and not persons. And then you got the old abolitionist symbol, you got the new abolitionist symbol, and it just says, Remember Dred, Abolish Roe. Now, the only thing that has any reference to abortion is the word Roe there, and a lot of people aren't going to get it. It's okay. By 2015, everyone in this country is going to know what that symbol means. And it'll be a symbol that's used to divide those who dissent from the culture of death from those who are willing to just watch TV in it. So, just to rehash the instructions, go to abolishhumanabortion.com. Get on there, find the contact button, it's easy. Contact, say, I would like to play a part in the Remember Dred Abolish Roe thing. We will send you all the files. If you don't want to print them, I mean, sometimes printing can be costly, and maybe you just want to do drop cards and stuff. We do have the drop cards that have the Remember Dred and Abolish Roe, you know, for $3 a pack. You know, we have the shirts and all that kind of stuff on ahagear.com. But email us, tell us you want to get involved. We will send you all that stuff, and we're also going to register like who's doing it, and we're going to expect you to send us some really sweet pictures of the places you put them, and maybe even conversations that you had from getting out there and seeding the culture. All right? You can do it on March 5th, but, you know, various groups and people who want to always like mess with us might see this video, and they might be out scouring your area on the evening of the March 5th or March 6th. So just sometime in March. The next events that we do will be much more coordinated, and you know, this is kind of an experiment, so let's see how it goes. All right? Okay. Love you all. Let's go abolish abortion.